you know, girl talk slash pamper evening sleepover vibe. I've had such crazy experiences of manifestation. This is needed in this lockdown. Okay, so the next one is experience on the pill. You know, like, I just wasn't myself. I remember I went on a weekend away to London with my mum and she was like, are you okay? And I was like, no, like, I'm actually not okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing okay. We've got the gin. We are back with a girl talk. I feel like I haven't done a girl talk in such a long time and I just miss them. I love a girls' night. We've got some drinks going. We've got a gin tea to start with. We're going to have a little bit of a pamper. We're going to answer all of your questions over on Instagram. I'm just too excited. It's basically like a virtual sleepover, a chat and a drink. What more can we ask for? So if you are new here and this is the first video you've clicked on, I'd love you to stick around and join my little YouTube family. That would mean so much. We have a lot of videos like this over here. We have a lot of hauls. We have vlogs. We basically have a little bit of something for everyone. So I'd love for you to stick around and stay, and let's just get on with the video. Cheers. Hopefully you've got your drink ready to go. So this was kind of all perfect timing. My Look Fantastic beauty box arrived today as well, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to turn this girl talk video into a little bit of a pamper night, a little bit of a, you know, girl talk slash pamper evening sleepover vibe, you know. So I'm going to just quickly put my discount code on screen, which gets you 10% off your first box on 3, 6 or 12 month subscriptions. This isn't an ad, I just have a discount code. They very kindly gifted me this box, which I'm so grateful for. So about halfway through the video, after we've answered a few questions, we've had a few drinks, we are going to get into unboxing that and actually using the products. We're going to have a little bit of a pamper. First one, which I'm not going to talk about for too long because it's how are you finding this lockdown. I'm not going to lie, like, this is needed in this lockdown, you know. Probably finding this lockdown the worst out of the 3. Hopefully there's not going to be more than 3. I'm finding this one the worst. I feel like because it's winter, purely for the weather, like, I know you can meet one person outside, but like if it's raining, that's kind of like off the cards. And there isn't really much else to do. So, I mean, I think we're all a bit sick of it. I'm going to just leave it there because I don't want to talk too much about lockdown. If you want me to do more of these girl talk videos, like a weekly thing or something during lockdown, I definitely can, because I feel like, you know, we need this chat. We need like a little girls' night to actually look forward to, because there isn't really much else to do, I'm not going to lie. So the next question is, are you spiritual slash are you into horoscopes? So I would probably say I am a spiritual person, even though I never would really explain it in that way. Like, I've never been like, I'm such a spiritual person, but I think I probably am, like, in the sense that I feel like there's probably so many different sides to it which I've not really like delved into yet, but I am super into like manifestation, the law of attraction. Like, I honestly believe in that stuff so much. I just think with the law of attraction and manifestation, the more you think about something and the more you like visualize it and imagine it happening and think about it as if it's gonna happen rather than like you hope it's gonna happen, I think that is so true, because I've just seen the effects of it in my life, which is I think why I like believe in it. I had such crazy experiences of manifestation which I could probably do like a whole video on. For example, when I started working with Boohoo, that whole week before, for some reason I was just being really drawn to Boohoo hauls, and this probably sounds so stupid to some of you. Like, I was literally just watching them over and over again. Like, I remember I was at uni and I was just being like drawn to them, and then the next day I got an email from Boohoo and I was like, that is just crazy. I've had other experiences where like I've never been allowed a dog and my family were like, no, we're not getting a dog, we're never getting a dog. And I just like kept imagining it and kept imagining myself with a dog, and then my family have like now accepted that I can get a dog. So I don't know, like, you probably think that's really silly and maybe that's just coincidental, I don't know, but I personally believe it and I've seen its effects like in all areas of my life. I feel like I'm not the most into horoscopes purely because like when I see those little like Aries things on Instagram, because I'm an Aries, I relate to it, yeah. I also relate to like some of the things I see for the other signs. So I don't know, maybe I need to get more into horoscopes. I'm gonna have another read because it's one of those things that I'm just not that educated on. I've never really kind of like dived into it, so I feel like I need to like get back to you on that and like think about it and get into it, because at the minute I would say I'm not into it, but maybe in like a year's time it could be my biggest passion, you know. So I don't know. Okay, next question is, how do you keep motivated? So I feel like, for one, Instagram can be such a productivity contest, which it really shouldn't be. I mean, I feel like it's everyone just sharing their lives, but I feel like the minute you realise, this is going off on such a tangent, the minute you realise that it's people sharing the best bits of their lives or like the productive days of their lives, the better. The minute you realise that, the happier you'll be. Because, for example, I could post a picture of myself working at like 8 AM, like doing my uni work, but I'm not doing that every single day. I feel like it was just important to mention that it's okay not to be like 100% motivated during this time. I feel like I'm a lot more determined than I am motivated, if you know what I mean. If you're really not feeling motivated to do something, like if I really wasn't feeling motivated to do like my uni work, I would still like try my best to be disciplined and still do it. Anyway, what keeps me motivated is just kind of like my goals, I think. Like I'm definitely a big planner. Having my own goals and writing them down also keeps me super motivated. Okay, fave quote that gets you through life. I actually love this question. I feel like this is such a nice one. I'm going to start with the pamper evening in a minute, by the way. I'm just getting some questions going, you know. Fave quote is definitely just everything happens for a reason. It's such a basic one, but it's one that I just believe in so much. Like if something goes wrong or if something like you think isn't right for you happens, I feel like it is always right for you. Even if like you happen not to go on a certain day out and you ended up changing your plans this other thing, I feel like that was always going to be better, or there was always going to be something that was going to go wrong with the original plan. I don't know, like I feel like I think too much into these things, but that's definitely my quote that I kind of live by. The next one is honesty always the best policy? And I think 90% of the time, yes, it is always the best policy. Like being honest is the best thing you can do, because nobody can be mad at you for saying how you feel. You know, if that's how you feel, you can't change it, you know. That's what I think. I also think there's an extent to which that applies, and there's like certain times where that's appropriate. Like if someone came down and they were wearing an outfit you thought was absolutely horrendous but they loved it, I feel like that really isn't your place to be like, oh, like why are you wearing that? Whereas if they asked you your opinion, like do you like this, I would probably be like, it's not my favourite, I prefer this, this and this, you know. I feel like there's just times and places where honesty is definitely the best policy, but I think as an overall rule, then yeah. Okay, so the next one is experience on the pill. You know what, I feel like I'll just start with Pamper Night, why we are talking about this. So yeah, this is the Look Fantastic beauty box. It's like a little monthly subscription, and I was actually telling my friends about this last night on FaceTime. Honestly, such a pick-me-up each month, and I feel like especially in lockdown, you just can't go wrong with things like this. So there are a couple of makeup products in here, which I'll show you first. So there's the Illamasqua Skin Glowing Gel, which is like a primer. How good that it has like high-end brands like that in. This thing is a little Ico lid gloss, and I actually thought this said lip gloss at first, and I was like, wow, that is the tiniest lip gloss in the world, but it's actually like a little liquid eyeshadow, which I'm going to do a little swatch for you. Look how glittery that is. The rest of the box this month was actually full of like self-care bits, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna incorporate into the girl talk and have a little self-care night, so we can just pamper together. So the first thing is these little makeup removing pads, and I have actually wanted to try these for so long. They're meant to remove your makeup with just water, which, wow, crazy. So I'm gonna first of all take my makeup off with that. Taking the makeup off. I can't believe it would do it with just water. That's kind of crazy. Anyway, while I'm removing my makeup, I'm going to just talk about experience on the pill. So I actually very first went on the pill because I had like really bad period pains and like really bad like mood swings. Like honestly, I would say about 10 days before and obviously during the 7 days, like mine used to last 7 days, I would have such bad mood swings. It was unbelievable, like it was just unbearable. So I actually went to the doctors and got a pill, which was like the combined pill, and I had that for about a week, and honestly the first week I was on that was just horrendous. Like I was having the worst mood swings, the worst like arguments with everyone. Like I just wasn't myself. I remember I went on a weekend away to London with my mum, and she was like, are you okay? And I was like, no, like I'm actually not okay. Like I didn't know what was wrong. Like it was just crazy. So I went back to the doctors and swapped pills after about 3 weeks, I'd say, of that, because it was just constant. Like that was the only thing that I'd changed, and there was such a big change in like my mood and how I was feeling. This is really good, by the way. Like this is getting my makeup straight off, and it only has water on it. But yeah, so I swapped pills then to the mini pill, which is the one where you take it constantly. And I had one that I ended up having a constant period on, like every single day of every single month, which was just obviously not ideal. And then I swapped brands to the one I'm on now, which is Cerazette. I feel like my experience has been up and down, but I feel like that's the same for everyone. You know, you have to try things until you find the one that works for you. That is my experience, only my personal experience. Obviously everyone is so different. So next question, how to be body confident. And I feel like this is something that I would say I'm actually my least body confident now than I probably ever have been, and I definitely think that is down to like social media, which is so sad. I just think like it gets to the point where even though you know you shouldn't compare to people on Instagram, you just naturally do it. And I remember in the first lockdown I did like a Q&A about this, and I specifically remember like talking about it, and I never used to really find that, but I feel like the longer I've been on Instagram and the more you're on it, like I'm on it every single day, obviously because I do have like a fashion Instagram and try and interact with it every single day, I feel like the more it affects you. But I'm actually doing my dissertation on body dysmorphia and filters and plastic surgery, and it's opened my eyes to it so much. Like everything you see on social media is not true. Even if you look at like people like my photos or any person you follow, they will be posting one photo out of probably hundreds, and so that just will, you just need to learn to like not compare yourself to others, number one, how to be body confident. I feel like it's all from within, you know, like I feel like it's such a mind thing. The more you're like happy mentally, the more you'll learn to love your body, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's really a good answer or if that's even helped a little bit. Sorry, my makeup is fully off, like literally. So I take a clean side of this and wipe down my face and there's nothing on it. That is crazy. I never thought it would take my makeup off that good. Wow. Okay. Crazy. Okay, so the next two products I've got in the box are the Elemis Enzyme Peel, the Balance Me AHA Glow Mask, and they're both enzyme peel masks by the looks of things. So I'm going to go with the Elemis one, just random. Both look so good, which is, I think this is so crazy. Like me and my friends were literally talking yesterday about how we really wanted a chemical exfoliant, and today it's entered my life. Just another example of manifestation. I'm just saying, like, even stuff like that makes me think like, what? That's crazy. This says apply for 10 minutes and rinse off with lukewarm water, so that's what we're going to do, I guess. Okay, so this one was really interesting. What to do about a friend that is always negative but in a really subtle way. You know what, I've actually had experiences with this, and I feel like this is actually the worst, because when someone's being negative but in like an outright way, like they're actually saying something, you're so much more able to call them out on it, and you feel more like validated in your decision to either like not be friends with them anymore or to actually say something, like pull them up on it. But when someone does it in like a really subtle way, this can be the time when you feel, you like question yourself. You're like, are they actually doing that? Like they haven't actually said anything. You're like, is it me? But you know when someone's being negative. Like I feel like your heart of heart knows. I would say, first of all, have a conversation with the person. If they're like a true friend and you don't want to lose that friendship, the first thing you can do is talk to them about it and kind of like just be like, oh, like I feel like you're being really negative about this, like is there a problem, like are you meaning to be like this? Just kind of have like an adult conversation with them about it, like really subtly, and just kind of pull them off on the problem. And if they're like completely apologetic and they really did not realise, then that's when you know like it's kind of fine. But if they're like, if they kind of start blaming it on you, that's when you know they're kind of just like a toxic person and you need to basically get rid. You need to just kind of cut them out of your life. I feel like I've had experiences with this when I was a lot younger, and it's like the little comments like, oh, you look really tired today or something like that, but in like a really diggy way, you know. I feel like I'm lucky with the friends I have as an adult, but you definitely do notice some people sometimes having their own little negative opinions, and I pick up on it. I've just applied this mask. This feels really nice. Like you can't really see it. I feel like I look a bit crazy. I'm gonna set a timer on my phone for 10 minutes while we answer a few more questions. Okay, we have one about uni. Was it hard to make friends? If you are going to uni, you need to just not worry about this, because your people will like find you some way. Again, it links back to the everything happens for a reason. It's so true. In my first day of uni, I remember literally calling my mum that night like, I can't stay here for 2 weeks, like it's awful, I literally cannot. Because on the first day, like I just didn't really have the best experience. I felt like the people who I was in a block with didn't necessarily like me. I don't really know why, but I feel like we just weren't similar people. But I was so lucky to find girls who were so similar to me in other blocks and who I got on really well with in the next like week. Like a week in, I was loving it. So I feel like even if at first it may be hard to make friends, once you find your people, even through societies, through like other friends of friends, you're gonna be fine. I'm gonna go take this off and then we're gonna come back to you. Looking very pale. I also have fake tan on, so just ignore the crazy pale face. I'm just going to use LMS Pro Collagen Marine Cream. This is my favourite moisturiser at the minute, actually. I told a lie earlier saying that my favourite was the Lizzo. I really am loving this recently. I actually got this in a different Look Fantastic box like another month, so just shows all the crazy products you can get. It's literally so good. So I'm just going to quickly put this on, then I'm going to use the hand cream that I got in the box. The hand cream that came in the box was the Bubble Tea Strawberry Macaron Cream, which is a hand and body butter. I actually used this earlier and it smells sensational, like honestly sensational. So that's what I'm going to use next. I feel like the Look Fantastic beauty box has so many high-end products in, which is why I would definitely recommend it so much. So I'm going to put my discount code again on screen. Just a little reminder, what brand would you love to work with this year? So I feel like I'm dreaming big this year. I would love to work with Pretty Little Thing or Misguided. They are like my #1 goals for this year. Manifestation is a real thing. I'm going to be putting the vibes out there. I hope you enjoyed our little evening together. If it's the first video you've watched, hello, welcome. Crazy that you've made it all the way to the end. Thank you so much. I would love for you to stick around and subscribe. And other than that, I'll see you all in the next one.